afternoon and welcome to the coverage here between Nauru Stars and the Fiji Tribe. Under 17 boys action. My name's Chris. It's a privilege being in your company this afternoon, wherever you may be watching. Make sure you when you jump on the feed, tell us where you're from, tell us who you're barracking for. We'll keep you up to date with how the ladder positioning's going. Currently at this stage, PNG are on top of the ladder with 2 wins and 1 loss, while Nauru are on 2 wins and no losses. People will be like, well, hang on. How come Nauru aren't on top of the ladder? They don't actually have a percentage. So once they concede a score, they'll be able to generate a percentage. At this stage, they're on infinity. This is going to be a barnstorming game. It's Fiji, who are 1-1, up against Nauru, who have yet to drop a game. And this is going to be an epic encounter. We've got Nauru with possession of the ball at the moment, and they work through the corridor very, very swiftly. Ferrari inside the forward 50. And that's a gutsy mark taken there by Fiji. Oh, a bit of tension in the already. Goro, Goro. Now you can hear the crowd going absolutely wild here. Ball slips out the back. This is going to be a great game of footy. You can feel the intensity already. Wise finds his teammate there in Ferrari. Up towards the middle of the ground. Picked up there on the half volley. Darting in and out of traffic was Platinum. He turns the ball over. Fiji's defence is under siege. Here comes Platinum again. Too hot there on the handball. And here they come again. That's Goro. Towards the commentary wing of the ground, and it's taken here by Nauru. A couple of Fijian players collide in the foreground, up towards centre half forward. Here's an opportunity. Nauru conceding ground, doing very well defensively. It's a 4-on-1 and a free kick for a push. I got a few on the live stream. When you get the opportunity, jump on, tell us where you're from. Meanwhile, a free kick, and I think there's going to be a 50-metre penalty. And there's a Chuck Bop who's going to have ball in hand. That's not going to be a 100-metre penalty. Is he going to be put straight on the goal line? So Nauru got the first. And that's home. Let's have a look at that on the replay. Wild scenes to start this game. And we're just 90 seconds old. So Chuck Bop from the Panthers, the 16-year-old, one of the younger players out there today. And Nauru, 1 straight 6, lead Fiji yet to score. Diesel says, let's go! Thanks for jumping on board, Diesel, from LA. One of the superstar supporters and lovers of AFL football. So good to be with you, mate. It's been a big day. And it's been fun having you on board right throughout the day. It is my appreciation too. I'm very grateful for that. Free kick holding the ball. So the crowd doesn't like it. But Fiji, they've given away the free kick. In fact, it is a hold. And that should technically be a 50-metre penalty. But it's not in this instance. So Nauru through Riv Bugiga. Up towards high half forward. No, bounces up fortuitously there for the Fijians. The Tribe, they march as one. You can see a hot, intense game already. It's what we love. Dished out now to Ferrari. Off a step and up and under kick. The breeze just takes that. And a whistle is blown. You can hear the crowd going absolutely wild. We love the atmosphere. The free kick's going to go to Wise. And the umpire, well, he better be careful. He's got to give away a 50-metre penalty. So Platinum Guga, the 16-year-old, left foot kick inside the forward 50. Strong mark taken there by Fiji. Diesel, supporters in a play, loves and breathes the game in LA. And darting out of traffic there, Fiji. Free kick. And will that be downfield? And it's a little bit on. There's a little bit on. They're not liking it. They're not liking it at all. We don't need this. This is poor sportsmanship. This could get out of hand very, very quickly. We do not need this in this game. Absolutely do not need this. This is ugly scenes here. This is not what we need, and the cards are out. The reports are out. The umpire, this is, wow. Scenes here. Wild scenes here at Maroochydore, and the runner has been told to get out by the umpire. Been told to separate, so this is wild scenes here. Now, we have not seen anything like this. From my vantage point, I am not sure what's taken place here. So please bear with me. I would not be surprised if this game is being abandoned. I would not be surprised at all. So the umpires are taking down a whole heap of names. We're not exactly sure what's taken place. So we've got the Pac Cup organisers here. This is extraordinary scenes here. So, yep, zero tolerance. We do not accept this. We've got the umpires watching them at the moment. So there was something that happened, and it was a free kick to Fiji for too high. And there's such thing as the game is forfeited. This is extraordinary scene. So, I mean, that's we got that coming through from Diesel. This is just extraordinary. So we'll listen in. So we've got one of the organisers, so we'll listen in. Now this is not good at all. So we're just watching here with what the umpires are doing. We've got the organisers here from the Pacific Cup. So we've got plenty of people watching in. Say this was going to be a hot game too. We did not expect that to go the journey of what we've just seen. We've got the organisers and the umpires. Diesel said, I've had a couple of games called forfeit over the years. It's not cool. This cannot happen. The Pacific Cup has delivered so much in the last couple of days. So please bear with us at the moment, as we're just sort of checking with the officials. Now, we understand that the game might be forfeited, but we're looking at the umpire, an experienced umpire there, is talking about the head-high contact, and that's stimulated that. Now, until the umpires walk off the field, we've still got a game that's taking place at this point in time. And they, ideally, I think the preference is for the officials is they want the game to continue. But what they'll need to do is, if this game is forfeited, we'll have the umpires blow the whistle, put their hands up in the air, it'll signal the end of the game. But we see the two officials there, one with the white hat and one with the beard there on the left hand of your screen. They are the ones making the decisions in regards to how they determine the game will be there. how it would unfold. So both teams are getting addressed. So you can see here Nauru, the coach, Hannah Baguga. This result, if this game does go to a forfeit, depending on results, this could very well cost Nauru the championship. And they're a team that's not dropped the game. We did highlight before that Nauru don't actually have a percentage because they've not conceded a score. They've kicked 114 points to nothing, which you would think, oh, that would make them the team to beat. Well, when you talk about percentages, I feel at this point in time is that thanks for joining us, Oxbooks. I feel at this point in time this game's still going to go ahead because the players would be automatically marched off the ground. The umpires, one of the umpires will blow the whistle and put their hands directly up in the air, like you're signalling a touchdown in the NFL. So that's the only way we could determine. But because one single warning. So both teams, thanks to Diesel, who has been involved in some of these events before. So what will probably end up happening is we'll have the quarter time siren blow, and both teams have been warned, and we're going to see a game. That's just my general take. So what that means at this point in time, I'm not exactly sure, but I would say that the first quarter will be forfeited. Well, first quarter will stand as is, and we'll see a game of footy. The umpires are in a huddle. They've got the support there from a Pacific Cup official. We don't need to see this in our game. But just for those who are just joining us, so I think they'll let the clock lapse on the first quarter, and then they'll get ready to go out and get in position. A Fijian player was taken down high after kicking the ball or in the action of kicking the ball. And his Fijian teammates did not like the treatment that he was given. They went in to wave the flag. We don't need this. We don't need this behaviour. There's waving the flag. So I think what they're doing is going straight to quarter time. So it is quarter time. So my name's Chris. We'll be with you after this short break. Afternoon. Hello and welcome back here. Diesel says, get your wits about you, lads. Too much went into this tournament to act up. Yeah, I agree. We've just we've received some official confirmation for Nauru. Reggae Diego has been sent off. Now, I don't know if that is a yellow card or a red card. And for Fiji, Aloisi, the number 55, has also been sent off. So, as Diesel says, for some, this is an opportunity of a lifetime in this tournament. Just remember that. So, I feel comfortable in my understanding of what has taken place. So, Keb says, I've never seen this. Can I get some info? So, basically, what's happened here is a Fijian player was taken down with a head-high tackle, either in the act of kicking or after kicking, and by a player from Nauru, and his Fijian teammates didn't like what happened, so they went in to remonstrate. But of course, you get Fijian players remonstrating, Nauru go in and remonstrate. We saw a couple of spot fires. This is around about, I think, about the 4-minute mark of the first term. The players that caused the most damage, the most carnage, the indiscretion was from Nauru, Reggae. He's been sent off, and Luisi, number 55, has also been sent off. I think that the outcome is probably the best in the sense that at least we still get a game of football. We have lost, 8 minutes of play. But John Ford jumps on board. He says, a good decision. These boys must learn this is not acceptable play. The umpires are there to right any wrong mostly. It's a learning point. I think the umpires have handled this really well. There's a couple of spot fires. They basically got separated it all, and they had every right to be able to finish the game. I have seen games called off for less at local level by umpires, and it's a very tough gig. I've talking to 40 here. I've umpired a bit of footy myself over the journey, and we have no need for that. No need for that sort of behaviour. So there'll be some people, some fans will be saying, bring back the biff, the typical, stereotypical behaviour. We don't need that in this game, not at international level. And look, I can see the respect here shown by players, opposition players, shaking hands. That's in the review mirror. This is, and Keebs is saying, is this being played in Australia? Keebs, this is being played on the Sunshine Coast, which is about an hour and a half to 2 hours north of Brisbane. So it's almost on the middle of the coastline in Australia. So if you were to draw a line from the highest point of the east coast in Australia through to the southern point in Victoria, almost smack bang in the middle. But why is footy being played in summer? Well, we've had all the local AFL finish. So this is an opportunity for the international games. We're also seeing this in NRL as well. We've actually had the Pacific Nations Cup in the NRL take place in New South Wales, and that happened on Sunday, or over Saturday and Sunday. So it's a good chance to get some international footy out the way involved, taking place after all the local footy has finished right around Australia and probably in the other countries too with their local football. Anyway, back to footy here. Fiji up towards high half forward, centre half forward, plenty of players fall down. Here comes Ferrari. Paddling the ball in front of him is Andrian. He's taken the ground. Lovely work there from Sissa, but a free kick has been awarded. And we won't see anything fire up from there, but a free kick has been awarded to Nauru. Nauru, they're currently on the ladder. They've kicked 120 points, have not conceded any score. They need to concede a score to have a percentage and move to the top of the ladder. At this stage, they're sitting second on the ladder. And Fiji, well, they want to win. They will definitely be desperate to win here. They've got one win and a loss, and they've got an opportunity here. Epirama Venaway. Epirama here for Fiji. The irony of this is that if he kicks a score, it could put Nauru on top of the ladder. Regardless, Nauru soccers off the ground multiple times. Couldn't quite find the target in that instance there. That was Trendle Tabiona. Working through the middle of the corridor now. Nauru up towards high half forward. Picked up there by Wise. Tried to find a teammate who was met solidly there by his Fijian opponent. Trying to gather the ball there is Silamei. And they work their way through Ami, the vice captain. Fiji's teammate under pressure. That was almost a throw. It was thrown to ground. Moses Taroka. And illegally, said the official. So he disposed of the ball. And then he was taken to ground immediately. A big thumping kick there from the vice captain, Ami. In towards the left forward pocket on the outer side. That's a beautiful tackle. Umpire said that was fine. Kick up towards centre half back. But Fiji, they've built the wall. Philip Saku plays on. Left foot kick inside the 50. Mark not taken here. They've got a chance here, Fiji. It won't go towards the top of the square. It'll be a mark. It'll be a mark to Pau Baguga. It's good work here from Fiji, but Nauru, their defence. It's like a brick wall. Tay Jay. Lovely footwork on the outer side. Steadier here from Nauru. They're working so swiftly. Platinum sends the ball up towards high half forward. That bouncing Sharon is well tapped beautifully there by Wise. Will get the free kick. And they won't take the advantage. So Wise sends the ball back inside the forward 50. Not quite taken there by Shikana, who's the leading goal kicker in this competition. He's kicked 6 from his 2 outings so far. Couldn't quite trap it there, but recovers well. He got there in support. Good tackle by the Fijians. Kick there from Labirib. Kicked into his teammate. Bang, big spear. This is a great game of footy. Take away what happened in the shortened first quarter. Keeping in mind, everyone has been warned. So, if you know anyone that's got access to the feed, access to YouTube, tell them. Nauru and Fiji, this is incredible stuff. Despite what happened in the first quarter, both teams are kicking in danger. Umpire was blindsided, but this is just bone-crunching football. Fiji just got to slow it down, slow the tempo down. Thanks for Keeps for jumping in on the feed. Thanks for Diesel as well. Floating kick up towards high half forward. Couldn't quite be trapped there by Fiji. Jolie on the outside of the boot. The mark is taken here by Red Baguga. Just a reminder, Reggae Bigiago from Nauru and Aluviti. They have both received cards. I don't know for sure if it's red cards. If it's red cards, it means they're both out of the game. But both teams are down one player. Good little handball there. Over the top. They can finish here. Alicia. Right foot kick on its way. And he's stopped it. Nauru have got 2. Let's have a look at that on the replay. There, front and square was Platinum. Good little shepherd in the foreground there from Amandus. And that sets up a beautiful goal. And Nauru extend their lead to 12 points. The Fijians, well, they dominated the first part of this quarter. And Nauru have gone coast to coast and kicked a goal. Still a fair bit of tension around the ground, I feel. Just at the moment. For those who've just joined us, we did have the first quarter shortened due to disruption with a few players, or more than a few players, getting into physical confrontation against the spirit of the game. There are plenty of fans trying to get prime positioning all around the ground, captivated by how this one is going to unfold. Riv Baguga, been impressive already. in the 11 minutes of play that we've seen. Inside the forward 50. Strong mark taken there by the Fijians. Quite magnificent. Ball turned over. The Fiji recover. Kick up towards the commentary wing. Strong mark taken here by Adu Digago. Right foot kick there from Ferrari. Inside the forward 50. Front position there is Capitano Jr., who kicked the goal before. And he plays on now. Right foot kick. Inside the forward 50. Off hands there from Shikana. Couldn't quite take the mark there. They've got the +2 around this contest. Out to Capitano again. Shikana just dishes a handball up towards the corridor. Fiji's defence is under siege. Almost shoveled out there from Ami, the captain. Vice captain there for Fiji. Big courage shown. That's going to be a free kick. It'll be a free kick to Nauru. There was no malice in that incident. It was two players running hard at the football. There was no malice, and illustrated by the lack of remonstration. So, just taken too high. There, the Nauru youngster in red Grundler. He's made of very tough stuff, and he'll have the free kick. Deep on Grundler. Watching the girls on screen. It's a great day for Fiji and Nauru. Boys and girls playing simultaneously. Here's Red Grundler. Right foot check side from the boundary line. That's amazing. Let's have a look at that on the replay. He backed himself to perfection. How's the check side? 18 points the margin here at Maroochydore on the Sunshine Coast. And Nauru, they're 3 goals to the good. 18 points up. Well, Fiji, they dominated the first 5.5 minutes, or 5 minutes or so, and then the ball has gone down the other end. Christie's dropped in and said, I play for the Gold Coast Suns Academy. Great to be joined by you, Frosty. Here comes Fiji. They need a goal here. They absolutely need a goal, and they deserve it too. Up towards high half forward. Mark taken. Epirama. Epirama now spears the ball inside the forward 50. Just too much. And Pau Baguga goes back and takes a strong mark. Very well judged. He has to concede ground across the outer side. Dangerous. Wimbledon takes the mark. One of his family were tennis fans. Fiji with the spoil. They'll hold on to in that active play. So they'll have the free kick. Now Amy can kick the ball 50 metres on the left foot. Rossi, you need to tell us which junior club you played for too, mate. It'd be great if you could tell us. Ball 30 metres out from goal. I live down on the Gold Coast at the moment, Frosty, so it'd be great to learn a little bit about some of your background there. Ball up. Rucks will contest. Hack forward. Oh. Towards their attacking goal. There's Tarzan. Picked off here by Grunland. Grundler finds a teammate by foot, and that's Wimbledon Hubert. They've done very, very well in the last couple of minutes, Nauru, who have kicked 132 points in 8 quarters of football, have conceded none, do not have a percentage, currently sit second on the ladder, despite the fact they have got a lot of, put a lot of pressure on the scoreboard. They just need Fiji to score something, although it could very well cost them the tournament. So a free kick will be awarded to Nauru, or is it a boundary throw-in? It will be a boundary throw-in on the outer side. Yeah, Diesel says, oh, move to Coomera. Lovely part of the world, Frosty. I know that area very, very well. So I'm just in the upper region, mate, so great to be with you. Around the Gold Coast. There we go, met Frosty. It could be neighbours. It is half time here at Maroochydore. It's Nauru, 3 straight 18. The Fiji yet to score. My name's Chris. It's been wonderful being in your company. We've still got 2 more quarters to go. Look forward to joining you on the other side of this break. Hello and welcome back here to Maroochydore here on the Sunshine Coast. My name's Chris. It's great to be in your company. The lights have been turned on here at Maroochydore, and it is Nauru 3 straight 18, leading Fiji yet to score. Just some going through some of the comments. My mate Tommy Nicks played for the Gold Coast Suns, and his brother Paddy Nichols was also a teammate on the LA Dragons a few years back. They come from Diesel. I think that Tommy Nichols that played 40-odd games for the Suns. He's a big beast as well, over 2 metres tall, very strong. Was it 8 seasons on the Suns list? A little bit before my time. Echo Gaming goes, let's go, Nauru Stars. It's well, I mean, there's a lot to like about Nauru at the moment. We'll just take a look at the live ladder at present, and currently we have do have Nauru sitting on top of the ladder. I mean, essentially their percentage. And Nauru sitting with 3 wins of the siren were to sound now. They will have 12 points. PNG sitting on 2 and 1. They have a percentage. We've got Fiji currently sitting on 1 and 2, although depending on percentage they might slide down to 4th. South Africa had their win earlier on today, 1 and 2, and Tonga with 2 losses from their 2 games. And for those who just joined us, you might have heard what happened with Tonga. They had some playing issues yesterday, and they weren't able to make it to the ground. They didn't get into Australia until 2 a.m. this morning. And unfortunately, they didn't have their footy gear either, or none of their gear. So they had to borrow jumpers from the Brisbane Lions Academy. They had to borrow some boots from some of the Fijian boys and borrow some shorts. So it's been a tough ride, but full credit, the Tonga girls have had a good outing today as well. They've had a big win early on this afternoon, so they've got some good footy there. Previous results: Fiji defeated South Africa 3-8-26, 2-2-14. PNG defeated Tonga 5-5-35 to 3 straight 18. Nauru 9-13, 67 defeated Tonga, no score. South Africa 4 straight 24 defeated PNG 1-8-14. As we're back up and running here at Maroochydore here on the Sunshine Coast, up near Noosa, 2 hours or 1.5 to 2 hours north of the Brisbane CBD. Some strong work there from Red Grundler, who kicked an amazing goal in that second term, and they're keeping the ball running beautifully there as Capitano Jr. Oxbook says, great broadcast. Oh, well, we've got a great game of footy happening here. Benny Clark says, got to get them fighting again. Let's just have them attack the footy a little bit, Clarkie. I think we want to see that. We've seen some big hits and some great pressure. Soriano says, come on, Nauru Stars. Yeah, well, they're a team full of stars. Just got the impression from watching them yesterday, albeit a shortened game. They've got so much talent in this footy club. It's quite unbelievable. Well, having seen all the teams so far a couple of times, PNG and Nauru are the 2 teams that we've got to keep an eye out for, and it's quite fitting that we might see them play on Sunday afternoon, which we will, as a free kick has been awarded to Nauru. They might very well be playing for the title, I think, as Mofete Tavita will have a shot on goal for Nauru. Soriano says, come on, Capitano Jr. He's had a good game, hasn't he? Kicked a great goal in the second term. Right foot kick on its way, deliberate approach. And fades late. Mofete. Minor score. A little bit of a hush over the ground at the moment. Be an interesting second half. 19 points the margin. Fiji need to play a little bit of possession football. Jolie. Right foot kick will go up towards the commentary side of the ground. Nudged into it there was Salvacio Stephen. On the commentary wing, like a slippery eel. Here's Ferrari. He's got the wheels moving and they're spinning in a good direction. How's the hit? Lovely kick inside the forward 50. Umunga. And is that a mark? Out of bounds on the full. Let's look at some of the players in that earlier game today. Umunga, he had 3 or 4 shots on goal. 1 goal, 3. Almost out of bounds there, the Fijian defender. Able to find a target. Now he's a chance. They've got to go. Now Fiji up towards the centre half forward. Overcooked it there on the kick. It was Ali Patsio who got in the way. Handball dished out of there from Epi. A little bit quiet from him in this game, Epi, but he can't keep a good man down, and he's got loads of talent in the number 53 for Fiji. Sock it up the ground. Just get some meterage here. Maybe another soccer off the ground. Frosty asks the question, do any of these players play academy? No, not at this stage. It's Fiji, handball back in board, free kick for a push, so we'll go back to Fiji. They've shown some promise here, and that's the thing with Fiji, is that they've got a lot of talent in this footy club, or this team. They just have to play a little bit of possession football. Look, let's be honest, Nauru are the best team in it. They've already established that in their first few games. Fiji have done very, very well to shut them down in a lot of key areas. As Alyssa Ami hits his teammate to perfection, Jolie. Right foot kick, skews off the side of the bit. Big hit, it was a good bump too. Spinning his way out of traffic, left foot kick. Good pressure there from Nauru in defence. Ball dribbles inside the forward 50. Sock it off the ground! And it misses to the left-hand side. There was Mosesi Turaka. But they've got their first score on the board. And that, my friends, is the first score that Nauru have conceded in this tournament. They've officially got a percentage. There we go. The Fiji will be like, well, yes, they might have got their first score, but we can beat them here. And they're really going to push them. They're pressing forward here. Fiji will pump the ball long up towards the top of the square. Big fly from behind. Slips out the back. Players shepherding for each other. None of them were able to commit for the ball. It just meant that Ferrari can get the wheels going and clear the ball out, albeit momentarily. Left foot kick. Up towards high half forward. Fiji. Handball back in board. Under a lot of pressure. Stephen working hard. Handball through there from Ami. Ami now taking the ground. Ben Clark, you got to ease up, my friend. Right foot kick up towards the top of the square. Right foot kick on its way. Good smother there. In defence, that ball nearly went out of bounds. Good defensive work here from Fiji. Magnificent. Or was that one a little bit too high? It was. So we're going to ignore Ben Clark for the rest of the day. What Ben Clark represents during this call is not that of a football fan, not one that one that we can respect. So, Clarkie, you're doing the game a disservice with your comments. Here come Nauru. All right, foot kick. And they're going to be downfield. And it's good that there has been no remonstration. So, Savenica with the ball in hand. Here for Nauru. Up towards high half forward. Good fly for both players there, contesting with the ball. Aju working hard there for Nauru. And Moses Taraka saying, come on, Junior. They're looking for Moses. Great to have your company, Moses. Absolute pleasure being in your company today. Rux will contest. Ball over the top here. Here's an opportunity for the leading goal kicker in the competition, and he's penalised for holding the ball. That's been Shikana. Fiji now, their fans are cheering. Left foot kick, they've turned the ball over. Shikana can go back and kick this. He can absolutely go back and kick this. Shikana, he is the best kick in this footy team. And he's going to have to, well, he's thinking about doing the boots up here, but Shikana, who's kicked the bags of 2 and 4. Shikana now, right foot kick, pulls the trigger from long range. It's going long. Off hands there for Mafete, and we'll see a boundary throw in right forward pocket. Nauru, 19, lead Fiji 1. I really like the fight that Fiji have showed in this game. But looking at what Shikana Diagro have been able to show, he has got loads of talent, and he's certainly a player that can kick 50 metres. He's a quality asset to this football team. Wise, couldn't quite trap it there for Nauru. We've got C12 there saying, come on team! Going for Nauru. Well, they're a quality football team, aren't they? CXRN XVL 12. Absolutely magnificent. Fiji out now. We've got a teammate looking to come off the ground. Fiji, so probably denied them an opportunity to have an extra play around the contest. That's poor management. Ball up towards high half forward. Shikana with the fly. Fiji, right foot kick. Off hands, and did that go out of bounds? Hey, Frosty, which team do you barrack for, Frosty? Thoughts on Sydney losing the grand final? I thought it was a really big win for Brisbane and the Brisbane community, and for the first time in the history of AFL and AFLW, we've still got Brisbane, who won the reigning champs in the AFLW, and the AFL team are the reigning champs in the AFLW. But we know Diesel, who spent some time in Sydney, now living in LA. I can feel your pain, my friend. That ball kissed the chalk, but Diesel, I'm going to say to you as a mate, I don't have too much sympathy for the Sydney Swans, because Tony Lockett, in my first season following AFL back in 1996, kicked the point after the siren to put Sydney into the grand final and deny the Bombers of a chance of a spot in the grand final. So, yeah, I haven't been that good on Sydney since then, and that's been nearly 30 years, my friend. So I've never forgiven them. Sydney have always been very good against Essendon. As Nauru, Shikana, right foot kick. That is a beautiful kick. He's laced it up to perfection. And he found Umunga. Umunga inside the forward 50, up towards the top of the square. And that is a gutsy mark taken there by Goro. His defence has been quite remarkable. Diesel says, reckon I won't tell you how I feel about the Bombers here, mate. Well, look, there's not much that can be said, my friend, because we haven't won a final since 2004. I've still got the ticket to that game against Melbourne. I've never forgotten that one. We're 20 years without winning a final. Here they come. That was almost a throw. Sydney have always had the record over us. They've played very, very good football over the years against us, beating us in the close ones every single time. We get very nervous whenever we play them, no matter where we are on the ladder. As Fiji try to clear the ball off the ground. They can hold on here. There's a Fijian player down behind play. The Nauru right foot kick. Mark not taken there by Wise, but the recovery was exceptional. And the goal was unbelievable. Straight to the replay from the Wise man. You can see that here on the replay. Ferrari, the Wise, couldn't take the mark. Recovered well, right foot kick on its way. That was beautiful. That's one of the goals of the day. And straight back to the centre. Right on three-quarter time. That was an outstanding finish from Wise. And we'll be replaying that for a while yet. It is three-quarter time here, and it's Nauru 4-1-25, leading Fiji, one behind. And I don't think we'll go to a break. I'll sit back and enjoy your company. Thanks, Frosty. Always great to be with you, my friend. Good to meet another Queenslander just from around my neck of the woods. Yeah, Nauru, 25, Fiji 1. It's been a good fight, I would honestly say, with Fiji. It's they've shown the capacity to stay in the contest. They've worked really hard, but it's not hard to see that Nauru are kind of streaks of what we've seen above the rest. I've seen they beat Tonga 9-13-67. The Tonga no score earlier on today, but I think it was very challenging for Tonga on the back of what they were able to do. They played back-to-back games. They led PNG 18-7 earlier on in the day before PNG kicked 4-4 unanswered. They had 8 scoring shots to close out the game to win that one by 17 points. So it's certainly been a tough day of footy for a couple of teams, but for me, probably the most inspiring result of the day was the last game. So Frosty says, wait, did you go to the Sunshine Coast for Maroochydore Carnival Queensland Development? I didn't. Travelled up and spending some time up here for the Pat Cup, being a part of Maroochydore. Coming up here and enjoying the region. So it's great to get a taste of the Sunshine Coast here at Nil Upton Oval. I'll have a soft spot for this particular ground. Where I was in Victoria, where I spent a lot of time growing up, I made a few friends down there that have moved up and play their footy in the senior men's competition in Queensland up at in the Quaffle at Maroochydore. So, yeah, met some of the team at Double Take for the very first time, who are bringing you all this action right around the world at Maroochydore, and so it's a great place to enjoy the footy. So yeah, we admire the battles that all players have put on board to be part of this incredible competition, especially on the back of COVID causing a little bit of disruption. It's a little bit of disruption to proceedings. But Nauru, they've just showed a lot of tremendous talent. 25-1. Yep, good to be in your company, Frosty. And we'll hope to see you on Sunday along with several others. And we've still got the AFLW still getting to run up, and they've got some finals this weekend. It's going to be pretty exciting. Great for AFL around the country, a lot of the development. We've got Adelaide and Fremantle looking to have a bit of an impact. Hawthorn, one of the new clubs coming on board. They've got a home semi-final this weekend too. And look, I think the AFLW is in a really good spot up here. We've spoken about with Diesel and Brian, formerly from America, across the day. The program and development that the USA that have developed, they've set the benchmark to how a national women's competition should be developed, starting back in 1999, 15 years, I think, before the first AFLW game took place here in Australia. So, yeah, I'm really excited about how the AFLW is developing. For those who have been watching the girls' competition on the other stream of the great man Daniel Viles, you're getting an idea of the future, the talent of some of the girls coming through. Perhaps we can look to see some of them get integrated into the AFLW system in the future. We've still got some women's competitions coming up a little bit later on next week. So we're very, very excited about the development of women's footy here across the world. But let's be honest, America have done it better than anyone else. They got there first. They started the very first women's competition in the history of the sport across the globe. And Diesel says we have 2 Americans in the AFLW, I believe. I think you're right. And I think we're going to start to see more of that filter through into the AFLW system across the coming years. We're kind of in that purple patch at the moment here in the AFLW, is that we're into season 9 or 10, so we've got girls that are picking up the game for the first time. They're playing from Auskick, which is the junior development program, to get their hands on the footy before heading into the competition. And so they're heading into that generation. So in 5 years' time, the AFLW in Australia is going to be absolutely enormous. And I agree. We've got some great talent across the board here as the ball goes up towards half forward. Here's a chance for Fiji. They deserve a goal. They've worked so incredibly hard. But Nauru, they've arched their back and moving through at a dynamic pace. Denon finds his teammate in Red Grundler up towards high half forward. And Liddell was unmarked inside the forward 50. And that's another strong mark there from Umunga. How was the transition from half back to deep inside the forward pocket at the other end of the ground with 3 or 4 quality disposals. Umunga. Right foot kick snaps around the body. And that's out of bounds on the full. Echo Gaming says 4 quarter, get it down. Get it, own it. Let's go, Nauru. Look, this has been the game they've been challenged in the most. And they've really stood firm. They've really stepped up here at Nauru. They've been very good defensively. Fiji will curl the ball up towards the commentary wing, but there's a couple of Nauru stars hanging back there in Ferrari inside the forward 50. Mark not taken there by Shikana. Hasn't he been a dynamic force? A free kick. It could be awarded to Fiji. I still think Fiji, they get a goal here. It's something they well and truly deserve. They have worked so hard. That ball going up to a vacant centre half forward line, and Nauru will carry the ball swiftly up through the corridor now, but now the numbers down the other end. Like a slippery eel, they can't catch him until they did. Tavite penalised for holding the ball slipped over at the crucial stage. And that's going to be a chance for Fiji now to get the ball forward, and more of a professional free kick against Tahazen. From CXRN XVXL 12, that Nauru player that snapped a goal instead of a set shot might be a Carlton supporter who watches Mackay a lot. I think you might be right there, C12. I absolutely think you're right. It was a typical Mackay shot, wasn't it? Umunga, right foot kick inside the forward 50, big fly. Couldn't quite take it there, Capitano Jr. I know Capitano's got some great support here this afternoon, here on the Sunshine Coast Online. Here's a chance, left foot kick inside the forward 50 now. And Fiji on a 3-on-1, working their way up. Denon, sorry, that wasn't Denon, that was Leberia for Fiji. Paddling the ball forward, Alicia, the vice captain, who's been a little bit quiet for Fiji, just in this probably the last sort of 10 minutes of play, but you can't keep a good man down, and he lays a very good pump that frees up his teammate, pumps the ball up to a vacant half forward. Player caught from behind, but working his way there was Wimbledon. Wimbledon using the extra number. They've got to get rid of the ball quickly here, Nauru. But they just have so much confidence. It's unbelievable. And I say it's unbelievable because this, that was Red, who just took the game on. He took the mark and played on regardless of what was happening around him. And that's why we've got an opportunity here. Liddell will play on. He'll pump the ball up towards the top of the square. Chicano will be from behind, but he can't get past Riseate Koro, who for mine, already, he has been the best defender in the tournament. And I've seen all the boys' games. I've called every quarter. I mean, pump a guy up, and he does a little dribble to a teammate there, but they're able to make it work. But keep an eye on the number 28, Goro. Absolute talent. He's been as courageous as any defender across any team so far. As Ferrari pumps the ball long. There's Goro again. Can't quite take the mark, but he did enough for his teammate to come over the top. Fiji Taken here, across half-back. And on the bounce, they've just got to get some meterage here, Fiji, but the ball, you can't predict the bounce of the Sharon now. Holding the ball. Incorrect disposal. So full of praise for Goro, the number 28 for Fiji. He's been an absolute delight today. Really starting to get a bit of a feel for some of the best defenders, the best forwards, the best midfielders. There's a light stunt to come into effect here at Maroochydore. If they can kick up towards high half forward, left foot kick, they deserve one here, Fiji. They absolutely deserve one here. They've got a chance. Right foot kick, curling around towards the top of the square. That might be their best chance from a very... Fiji's forward line applying a lot of pressure, but Nauru's composure is exceptional. Bringing the ball to ground. Under pressure like a slippery Alessia Ami. Working tirelessly there at ground level. He's still working hard there, Ami. Handball over the top towards the corridor. They've got Nauru on the hop. Looking to draw the free kick, and he will win it. This is just been the treat about Nauru. They've been great up forward. Ferrari just arches his back, maintained his strong core, and it'll be a push. Now he has to give the ball back to him on the full here. Has to have to. Unlucky not to give away 50 metres in that instance. Ferrari up towards the corridor now. Nauru from one end of the ground to the other. Great work! I think that might have been from Limo. It was. It'll be to no avail. Left foot kick on its way. Misses the lot. We appreciate your company joining us for the Nauru Stars and the Fijian Tribe Under 17 Boys Championship. Do we have any 15-year-olds out there today? We do, in the number 22 for the Tribe. It's 15 years of age. Youngest player out there. I think the youngest player in the tournament. Rosso Saliba, the captain for Nauru. Right foot kick. He's looking to clear it down the boundary line. The commentary side of the ground. Two Nauru players, the Stars. They make it work. They make it work very well. Andrian, that's exceptional. Multiple efforts. Still inside the field of play momentarily. And we'll see a boundary throw in. Under 17 action, boys and girls. Well, the way these players have been performing, it'd be easy to mistake them for players in their 20s and 30s. Ball up towards the commentary wing. And they'll pump the ball forward here. Parama. Oh, good mark. He plays on now. They can kick one here. Left foot kick. No. Minus score. Oh, that was their moment. That was Seveneka, the 17-year-old. 8.5 minutes gone. This has been a bold showing from Fiji. It's been a great effort from Nauru. Their defence has rarely been tested this afternoon, which is a testament to what Fiji have been able to do. I think both teams are going to take a lot of positives out of this game, regardless of what the result takes place. You think Nauru have come into the back on this contest, winning 67-0 over Tonga, and then they beat South Africa by 40-odd points in a game that was limited to 2 quarters yesterday. So, yes, so they've done very well, Fiji, to hold firm. Big thumping kick inside the forward 50, vacant goal square, goes across the face of goal. And we'll see a boundary throw in. So, Fiji to put a couple of points on the board. Nauru have been tested. Their forward line has been dynamic. We look at Shikano, who's kicked 6 goals for Fiji. He's actually had to get for Nauru, he's had to get a lot of kicks further up the ground. He's had his opportunities very limited. And Nauru have been limited to 5 scoring shots across the day. So it's been a gutsy performance by Fiji, and Nauru almost thrown it out of there under pressure. I really like the work here from Reg Baguga. Ball up towards the top of the square. They can get one here, Fiji. Sock it off the ground there by Pau Baguga out towards the boundary line. It just skids along the chalk. Maybe, it may not be the world game that we all come to love. And Diesel says the umps, shout out to all the umpires, boundaries and goals in this tournament. Oh, well, they've been absolutely amazing. And it's a big development stage for them too, Diesel. And some experience out there. We've got some experienced umpires out there helping the younger ones develop. It's a great development process for them as we look to see them grow. AFL Queensland have prided themselves on developing some of their talent. We earlier on in the AFLW season, we had Belinda Ma, who was the first female field umpire to represent to make her debut in Queensland in the AFLW. And then we had one of our field umpires, Sam Wetton. He was a field umpire in the in the VFL competition earlier this year too. So there's been a lot of great things happening with umpiring here in Queensland. We're getting a look at that today. Yeah, I think you're right, C12. That's a 50-metre penalty. You can't run towards a player on the mark. Ball holding back to kick. You're definitely right there, my friend. Here's a chance for Fiji. In the last minute of the game, can they take a mark? No, they can't. Right foot kick. And you've got the goalkeeper essentially there for Nauru. And the ball goes out towards the boundary line. We'll see a throw in. Diesel says, I'm just like that. I'm going to love you. See you in the near future here in America, calling USA footy games at the national tournament. Diesel, it's been a tremendous pleasure. And bad luck to your Swannies this year, my friend. But look, you've been riding with you today. It's been you've kept me company, which has been a tremendous pleasure. Like you all, it has been a great pleasure. Just looking at the goal scorers here for Nauru before we finish up today. Chuck Bopp kicked the opening goal. Capitano Jr. kicked one. Red Grundler kicked one. And we've also got Wise, who also kicked one. My name's Chris. Well done to Diesel, C12. It's been wonderful being in your company and some of the others as well. We'll catch you next time here on the stream here on AFL Play.